Hi guys, Flourish here. So today's video is based around having a mindset of self-doubt, doubting yourself, allowing those negative uh, thoughts to overcome you and to overtake, your being, who you are, what you stand for, your morals, your divine path, your divine work that is supposed to be out there. Having that mindset to rule over you and to have that self-doubt seep into your being. So you know how we're going to do. We're going to start off with our positive affirmation. So we're going to start off by saying, I deserve to enjoy. I deserve to enjoy. I deserve to enjoy. I am open to experiencing the present moment through my senses. I am open to experiencing the present moment through my senses. I look for opportunities with personal and spiritual growth. I look for opportunities with personal and spiritual growth. I have a lot to offer the world. I have a lot to offer the world. You see, some people call it the devil, some people call it, you know, evil intent or whatever. I simply say that's our shadow creeping in, and messing with our self-conscious, messing with our self-worth, messing with our, you know, character, personality, divine path. And what I mean by that is we all know, you always have those little negative thoughts popping in and out of your head. Oh, who do you think you are? You can't do that. You're not going to finish it. You're not good at that. Are you sure that this is something you should be doing? Are you sure that this is what we all have those negative mindsets at times where we allow the negative thoughts to come in and overtake us. But let's be honest with ourselves. When we're getting these downloads, when we're having these dreams, when we're experiencing these different aspects of life where different signs and different things are happening to us, and we're realizing that this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is what we love. This is what we're passionate about. This is our desire. We need to start meditating on it. We need to start, you know, jotting down notes and positive things to say to ourselves for those times when the negative thoughts do seep in and things of that nature. We need to understand that, where there is light in certain situations and aspects, there's also darkness. So we need to find balance. That's the problem. We're not balancing the negative with the positive. We're not balancing out, like, is there a reason why we're sitting there having this self-doubt? Maybe we haven't did enough studying. Maybe we haven't did enough preparing. Maybe we didn't do enough learning. Maybe maybe we're just not ready and we're rushing things. So sometimes we need to understand the reason why we having the self-doubt. But do not let the self-doubt overcome you, because where you might be saying, oh, I do need to do a little bit more studying. Don't overstudy. Don't overthink. Don't overdo things. Don't underdo things. We need to have balance. So let's sit back. Let's ask divine. What are some ways that we can overcome our self doubt? What are some ways that we can overcome our self doubt? Divine. Like I said, the card came out giving and receiving. So like I said, when you're implementing something new in your life, a new change, a new experience, a new job, a new love, you have to give as much as you receive. So you have to study a person to love them the way that they should be loved. You have to receive love the way that you need love. For a new job or a new career, you need to do the work to receive the abundance, to receive being prosperous, to receive achievement. So we have to, like I said, as you can see here, to me it's giving Libra. So it's giving Libra balance, a balance scale. It's time to balance out in life. You have to balance. It's here saying it's a heart here. So You can follow your heart, but you need to balance it out with your spirituality, with your, with your divine mindset, your divine knowing. So you know what you're supposed to do. You know the work that you're supposed to put in. You know what you're supposed to take from every aspect. The only way we don't know is because we're not being still and listening and hearing and feeling in the moment. That means we're rushing. We're rushing. We're not taking time. We're not understanding what we're going through in the moment that we're going through. That means that we're moving too fast. That means it's time to be still and to be patient to get the understanding of why you're in your specific timing or place or setting that you're in. Divine. Okay, so it says speak up. So for me, when I get that card and related to self-doubt, it's saying to me that it's time to speak up and speak your truth. There's a lot of people out here that's hiding who they really are. They're not being honest with themselves. They're showing up as one person, but in their mind and in their inner feelings, they're a total different person. So what do I mean by that? There's people out here that's showing up as social butterflies, but they're not social butterflies. They're actually introverts, but they're pretending to be something they feel that everybody wants. They're not showing up as their true selves because they don't feel they'll be accepted that way. When you're not being yourself, when you're not speaking your truth, you are highlighting self-doubt in your mind because you're telling yourself you're not good enough the way that you are, that you have to be something else. So for me, it's time to speak up. It's time to be your true self. It's time to show up as your true self. It's time to have people have an inner standing of who you are, to understand you in a more spiritual way, an inner more personal way, an inner more intense, intimate type of way. So what does it say? We have to show up as ourselves. Stop being something that you're not. Be yourself. Show your true face. Stop being, two-faced. Don't show up one way and then when you get home, you in your mind and you're a total different person. That's what's highlighting the self-doubt in your life because you're not showing up as your true self. Yes, come through, Divine, with the messages. Let's go. Desire. So for me, it's given a lot of fiery Sag, Leo, Aries in this card. And to me, this is stating that it's time to follow your desires. Follow your desires. Stop allowing your mindset to deter you from what you're supposed to be doing. Stop allowing your inner fears and your inner self to stop you in your tracks and withhold you from your abundance and your prosperity, because what you're doing is, instead of turning those negatives into a positive, you're negatively stopping yourself from flourishing. You're negatively stopping yourself from flourishing. So that's just like if you have a plant and you stop watering that plant, what is it going to do? It's going to die. So if you stop watering your desires, and you stop going after what you desire, what is that going to do? That's going to stagnate your divine path. That's going to put you in a whole different divine timing. So that means it's going to slow you down to what your timing might have been, because you're allowing the negativity to come in and to rule you and to overcome you. So it's time to follow our desires, and it's time to stop the self-doubt and to have that confidence in ourselves that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I just got to do the work to get there. And once I do the work, all the abundance will flow in. All the achievements will flow in. All the accomplishments will flow in. Stop doubting yourself, because by doubting yourself, you're just stopping what you're passionate about. You're stopping, what you could have been accomplishing. You're just stopping yourself. You're holding yourself complacent and stagnant. Yes, Divine, come through with these messages. So it's time to rejoice. It says live out loud. It's time to rejoice. It's time to celebrate yourself. It's time to accept you for you. It's time to be comfortable in the skin you are in. It's time for some type of spiritual rituals. It's time for some type of, you know, just being accepting of who you are. Being accepting of who you are. Taking yourself in, flaws and all. Understanding this is who I am. These are some of the changes that I need to make, and this is where I want to be. So like I always say, set those intentions. Set your mind frame. Set your intentional mind frame. Know that I don't have time to be negative. I don't have time to talk down to myself, because that's a waste of energy. That's wasting energy by allowing your brain to play tricks on you and to tell you that you're not worthy, and that you're never going to accomplish those goals that you have for yourself, that you think about, that you feel, that you desire. You're lying to yourself. So stop lying to yourself and be honest and truthful. Live out loud. Be comfortable in your own skin. Understand what it is that you want and go for it. Go for it. Stop letting that self-doubt seep in and tell you that, you bugging. That's not for you. No, it is for you. It is for you. And by living out loud, by following your desires, by speaking up and showing up as yourself, by giving and receiving the same energy that you want around you, that you want in your life, all of that is going to work towards stopping that self-doubt. All right, Divine, give us one more card. Give us one more card. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. My weekend was kind of quiet, but it's still been a good weekend. I'm blessed. Always. Yes. Joy. Joy. It's time to nurture yourself. It's time to get back to, we become adults and we don't realize that we still need parenting. Maybe not from our mothers, maybe not from our aunts and whatever, or fathers and uncles, but it's time to parent yourself. It's time to nurture yourself. It's time to pamper yourself. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to meditate. It's time to pray. It's time to, do whatever it is on a mental note for yourself that quiets your brain, that helps you to listen to your own inner thoughts and your inner guidance, so that we can flourish and be the flowers that we were, planted to be. It's time to bloom. It's time to blossom. So you have to find the joy within life. You have to find your joy. What is your joy? What is your divine joy? What is your divine passions? It's time to let the light shine through you. If you're having blockages, it's time to release those blockages, whether that's by meditation, whether that's a spiritual bath, whether that's, getting outside and going grounding yourself in the nature. It's time to get grounded so that you can find your joy. It's time to be rooted in who you want to be and who you are, so that you can find your joy. You can find your ashe. You can find your life force that's within you. You get what I'm saying? So remember this message. Give and receive the energy that you want. That you want surrounding you, that you want within your life, so that that self-doubt can get out. Speak up. Show up as your true self. Show up as your true self, so that, you have people around you probably that would be willing to give advice and to give you the energy and love that you need, so that you could stop doubting yourself. Desires. Have your desires. Maintain your desires. Know what you want, what you're going for. Know that you're worthy of your desires, so that you could, first you need to know that you're worthy of your desires, so that you can stop doubting yourself about whether you can obtain and accomplish those desires. Live out loud. Live out loud meaning celebrate yourself. Celebrate the wins. Even celebrate the losses, because sometimes we lose because that's not what was for us. And we need to understand that in a positive aspect. Don't have a mind of scarcity, like, oh, why me? Why me? Have a mind of prosperity. Be joyful and be loving and be nurturing to yourself. Being loving and nurturing to yourself is not self-doubt. Being loving and nurturing to yourself is not self-doubt. That would be self-esteem. You know what I mean? That would be self-elevation. That would be self-ascension. That would be self-expansion. So it's time to do these things and get out our heads and stop telling ourselves that we're not worthy when we are. You are worthy. I am worthy. You're deserving. I'm deserving. You're going to win. I love you. Peace. I hope this message resonated with you. I love you guys. Like and subscribe this video.